Hi folks, Puffin here with your Antifa News Briefa for November 15th, 2021. Wearing the Antifa party hat extra proudly today because, dun 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 dun, Steve Bannon was arrested, or at least got to turn himself in. So he's going before Congress to testify against Trump in his role in the Trumpsurrection. Hopefully he'll just turn him in, but they really should just keep him in jail anyway. Probably won't because white supremacy. That's the thing. When people are like, oh, you want the police, you want jails, you want whatever for, these people, you want it when it's about protecting someone's home or protecting someone's country or something like that. You don't want the police to just be killing people randomly for racism. It's like, yeah, actually, that's true. We do want the police to be only protecting legitimate things. They want the police to only be protecting white supremacy. I'm not really for jail or even the police. I'm Antifa. I'm not for jail, the police, or the death penalty. That's their thing. That's a white supremacist thing. But while we have the death penalty, while it's on the books, or while there's a debate about whether you can go citizens arrest somebody, you can't do what those people did to somebody who didn't do anything wrong. Can you do it to somebody who actually did something wrong? I don't know. Anyway, but while you have it on the books that the death penalty is the penalty for treason or whatever, I was hashtagging for years while Trump was in office in the death penalty now. Trump had the power to end the death penalty, and the life you save may be your own, because it applies to what he's done. He's done treason and genocide and terrorism upon the American people. Those are the punishments for them on the books. I'm not for the death penalty, but I'm for, if you have these laws, you have them equally applied. That's the difference. They have these laws to protect white supremacy, so the laws don't end up applying to white supremacists. The laws don't apply to the police. The laws don't apply to the politicians. The laws don't apply to the rich. They don't apply to the white supremacists. But if you do apply the laws, the same terroristic laws that you have, that you do apply against poor people and minorities and everybody else, if you apply some of those laws to the rich, if you apply some of those laws to the leaders of the Trumpsurrection instead of the dupes and minions who got sucked into it, and they didn't even get much, but if you applied severe punishment to the people who are guilty, actually guilty of the big crimes, then people would stop doing them. People wouldn't be trying to get away with this stuff. You don't just fine somebody for stealing millions. You put them in jail or whatever, if you have a jail. Again, so even though I'm not for jail, not for the police, if you have these things, then the principle is equally apply them. The principle of white supremacy is what applies to you doesn't apply to me. And that's wrong. That's just pure hypocrisy and evil. It's, the foundation of their evil. There's some other foundations too, like, it's just sexual repression, sexism, racism, poverty. Like, they use all these things, scarcity, but there's something that undoes that. I just came up with it recently. Superabundance. The truth is superabundance. They make you think that there's limited supply, where they create a situation where there is limited supply in order to profit from it. And they're afraid that if everybody had enough, then everybody get together and overthrow them or whatever, take their extra or whatever. It wouldn't really happen. If everybody had enough, everybody'd be happy. The rich could stay rich and get richer. More people could get rich, but everybody would have enough. That's superabundance, and we can totally have it. The same people who are standing in the way of that are standing in the way of just saving the planet, standing in the way of having actual democracy, and it's obvious who they all are. It's Putin, Zuckerberg, Trump, and all the minions beneath them, and all their other, the way they did the same thing in other parts of the world. Bolsonaro in Brazil, Modi in India. Modi's the one who just stopped the, completely cutting out coal. They can blame it on him, and he did it over there because they have more of a coal industry. Whatever. No, it's all for Putin. It's all for fossil fuels. It's all for this terrorist virus. It is a Trump virus, too. It's all to spread Trump virus and kill as many people as possible. They're just evil like that. But it's all for this terrorist oil military cancer upon humanity that just needs to be rooted out and cut out. You can repurpose it. It's nothing against the people who join militaries. They can all be repurposed to do heroic acts of switching infrastructures over to green economies, rescuing people from climate change disaster that we've all caused. But that they've specifically caused, and they keep trying to cause and continue to cause in the future, and it threatens all of us. So it's self-defense on a human scale to stop these people, and just talking all the minions out of it. That's where all of our focus has been, but there just really needs to be some action against the leadership, and that's why getting Steve Bannon in jail, that's important. That's a big step. Antifa party hat on high, because that's something to celebrate. So hopefully it'll be Trump next, and he'll flip on Zuckerberg and Putin and everybody else, and again, nationalize Facebook is the hashtag I use. It means every country runs their own, but you just arrest Zuckerberg and seize the property for what he's done. More on that soon, because I think they're playing a trick on us with their whistleblower. I think they sent the whistleblower to get a lesser charge, basically. So you need to nationalize Facebook. Thanks for watching. Every country runs their own. And that'll stop these people, because really it's not even a conversation between us and this small group of terrorists. It's a conversation between us and these Trump terrorists, amplified millions of times by these social media platforms. They're nowhere near as popular as they seem to be online, and therefore the media treats them as, the media tries to spoon feed stories that they will like, even though half of them, or 90% of them, 98% of them are foreign bots, whatever. They have no actual role in America, except for to dupe kind of average Americans into thinking these things, which is unfortunately far too effective and is costing people's lives in this pandemic. So we need to stop it. Joe Biden got that right when he said it's killing people, or it's costing people's lives the way Facebook is operating. But then you need to have the response right. Trump tried to take over the country. That's true. He tried to overthrow democracy. He tried to destroy it, whatever, for Putin. That's true. You need to have the response that's appropriate. And you just can't have the hypocrisy of, well, this doesn't apply when somebody's orange, or this doesn't apply when somebody's a vampire. This doesn't apply. No, it applies. It's got to apply to everybody, or don't have it. That's a perfect, that's why I said end the death penalty now. The life you save may be your own. End jails, end all this stuff. But then again, while we have it, it would be suspicious if we finally end jails and stuff right in time for the white supremacists to go to jail. Be a little fishy, but still worth it. And we just have other ways of re-educating people, rehabilitating people to become Americans instead of Trump or terrorists. Thanks for watching, sharing, commenting. See you soon. And thank you for getting Steve Bannon into jail. Grill him hard, get the answers out. And again, my joke has been, even though I don't believe in waterboarding, the joke is, here's what it sounds like if you'd waterboard Trump. Putin, Zuckerberg. So, he's for waterboarding. So if it applies to him, he wouldn't be for it so much, but those are the answers you'd get, or that's who's behind it. That's not even how you need to get the answers. You just seize Facebook, look at the records, it'll be real obvious. It's real obvious to me as a user that they did this. So I feel like the whistleblower is kind of blowing the whistle on some milder stuff, and they're trying to get away with heavier stuff. I'll make another video about that. See you soon.